So hello again and welcome to the promoted page. Today we've got you covered. We're going to talk about the importance and the significance of a well-designed book cover. I'm Debbie Stanton and thank you for joining me today. So book cover design is crucial. I cannot say this enough. It's the first thing that the reader sees when they look at your book on a shelf or you hand them a copy. So it's one of the most important aspects of your book. And it may be the reason that the buyer puts it down or they actually purchase it. So it's very important to the reader that your book cover is eye-catching. It should tell about the genre, what it is, if it's romance, if it's mystery, whatever. They should be able to tell from the book cover. And it can make or break the success of your book. Honestly, it can. And it also brands you as an author. Your name's on the cover, maybe a logo, whatever you choose to put, but it does brand you as an author. So if you're looking at these book covers, these are just a few I took off Amazon, and this is my own personal opinion. You may differ when you look at them. What would make you pick up the book? Which would cause you to leave it on the shelf? So I know Stephen King is a very popular author, but the Mile 81 honestly would not make me pick up this book other than the fact that his name is on it. So a well-known author can get away with a little bit more than someone who's not, because it's just very plain. You don't really know what it's about. Is it mystery? What is it? And then the one below that where it says deceptive calm is very, very hard to see. I mean, all you really can see is the red. I can't see the author's name. I can't tell what it's about. It's deceptive cover, if you want to be honest. Now, the one in blue that says The Housemaid, to me, this is eye-catching. One, because of the color. And two, the title stands out because it's in yellow. The author's name is very plain to see. And just peeping through the keyhole, it looks like a mystery to me. So that one I like. On the bottom right, the one in the pink and the Summer Do Us Part, I kind of like this too because it's whimsical, it's colorful, the author's name is prominent, it's a cute font. I think it's interesting. I think this one would be also a good cover. So what are your opinions? All right, so again, the name alone would sell the first one, second one too pale, third one shows intrigue, the genre, and builds interest, and the fourth one's whimsical. So the book cover must convey the genre, the color, the font, the images. The author's name must be on there. It sets the tone for what's inside the book. Be creative, but don't go too crazy. For instance, this cover here to the right, I think it's a little too much going on. The title is bold enough and the color is good, but the rest of the cover is just too busy. Perhaps it should have just had the man in red also with the cover, maybe the maze, but no moon, no cactus, just too many colors can confuse the reader, and too many objects can confuse the reader. And the author's name is way too small at the bottom. It's very hard to see, even though it's in white and it stands out. This cover just confuses me a little bit. Okay, so cover is a sales tool. So let's go through the bullet points I have here. The title. It should entice the reader. It should make them want to pick up the book. It should convey, again, the genre. They should know what genre it is just by looking at the cover. And it should be bold enough to read and the font not crazy. So the author's name should be an attractive font, but easy to read. Are they well known? Yes or no? Then they can get away with a little bit more if they are. It should not be overpowering. In other words, it should not, dwarf the title. The title should actually stand out. So imagery, it should fit the genre. It should be eye-catching and it should be colorful. That's very important that it catches that eye. I'll say that over and over again. Can't say it enough. And again, match the genre. The reader should know the genre just by the cover, but it also could show if it's a series. In other words, if this is book 1 of 4, that should be shown on there too. All right, the cover creates anticipation. Just you see a cover of a book on a shelf. It should pique your interest as a reader. Do you want to pick it up? Maybe it evokes some sort of emotion. Maybe it's something close to home, makes you cry, makes you laugh, makes you scream. Who knows? Turn it over. Read the back cover. And if you read the back cover and it's just as interesting as the front, then you're probably going to buy it. It also serves as protection. Not only is a book cover needed to entice the reader, but it serves as protection for your book. So you must decide whether you want it a glassy or a matte finish. I prefer glossy. Do you want a book jacket or you want just the cover only? Do you want paperback, hardback, both? And then what size should the book be? Let's say you're doing a coloring book. You don't want it 6x9. You're going to want it 8.5 by 11. Then again, if you're doing a novel, I prefer the 6x9. Some people go 8.5 by 5.5. So it's just going to depend on what your preference is. And your cover evokes power. It's got the power to communicate, the power to entice the reader, and it could stand out or it could just fade in, fade away. It can evoke emotions, like we said, but ultimately it's for marketing and selling your book. So I read this online recently. I thought it was very interesting that colors can evoke emotions in the viewer or reader. Red can portray excitement, energy, love, and even strength. Green can portray nature, healing, or stability. Blue can portray calm, peacefulness, and dependability. And I'm going to say with that one, it depends on the shade of blue. A darker blue can portray mystery to me. Purple can convey luxury, royalty, creativity, sophistication. Yellow can convey warmth, joy, happiness, or positivity. Black, mystery, boldness, control. And again, that dark navy blue can do the same there. Pink is definitely associated with femininity, affection, or compassion. Orange can convey friendliness, creativity, or confidence. And white generally conveys purity, innocence, or cleanliness even. So the cover design should be done by a professional. Unless you're a talented artist and can draw a cover yourself, it could literally hurt your sales. Let your designer read your book. Unless they can actually read the book, they may not know what to do, so it can help them pick up on ideas. And again, it's okay to use an illustration from inside the book for the cover if it's a children's book. Some novels have pictures inside, and that would be okay too, like maybe young adult novels, so consider that also. But don't just take a picture from the internet. One, it's against the law unless you use one that says it's copyright free and can be used. A couple of websites I use are Pixabay and Pexels. They ask you for a donation, but they are copyright free and you can use those. Again, try a few designs before you decide on a final cover. You may do 4 or 5 different ones. Show it to others and get feedback before making a final decision. Now the one to the right here, this may be an amazing book, but it looks like the author tried to draw it themselves. While they've got some talent, it just didn't stand out to me. So this is not one I probably would pick up. Okay, so in summary, the first thing the reader sees is the cover. It should pop out. It should show the genre. Decide on your color scheme. It should go along with the theme of your book. The title should stand out but not overwhelm the picture. The author's name should be visible and big enough that they aren't searching for who wrote it. The image should portray overall theme of the book. And again, get help from a professional cover designer if you need one. Some of them are expensive, but some of them are not. I think Fiverr is a site where you can get less expensive cover design from those who are looking for a job. So again, ask for feedback and just make sure you ask people who are going to give you honest feedback. Sometimes your family may not be the best to ask unless there's somebody that gives you an honest critique. So thank you for being with me today. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments or you can email me at thepromotedpage@gmail.com. Please like and subscribe and leave a comment. And I'm very happy to have been with you today. Have a blessed day.